Hey, I'm excited. Roku, you blew it up. You did great. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's go over some of these answers. All right. What does a red signal indicate? It could be a stop, it could be a yield, or prohibitory. So most of you know this. It's not construction. So stop, yield, or prohibitory. For instance, you'll see a red sign with the line through it and white. This means do not enter. 63% of you got this right. So this tells me you do not understand this sign. And in between, I'm going to go through some situations. Let's talk about roundabout navigation. Okay. Example, Emily encounters a roundabout for the first time and is unsure about yielding. So a lot of you will go in too fast, almost hit the curb. Some of you will slow down too slow. Some of you will stop and miss your turn. Or some of you won't look to the left. So I need you to slow down. You should be going at about 15 miles an hour. And you need to know how to properly enter the roundabout and exit. This causes a lot of confusion. It does cause a lot of confusion, and you almost hit a car. So when we go to roundabouts tomorrow, you need to slow down, go about 15, check your traffic. If someone is there, yield for them. We all get nervous behind the wheel, and a good instructor will calm you down, make you laugh. I'll be going through this and answering more things. What does an orange sign indicate? The correct answer is construction. 7 of you picked warning. 1 of you picked yield or prohibitory. It is construction. Orange sign is always construction. So please know this. I'll give you another one. Parking challenges. Example, Michael struggles to parallel park. We have to parallel park. We'll go on the street and parallel park. We're going to neighborhood and parallel park. It is on most examinations in the United States and parking maneuvers around the world. So you must parallel park in tight urban places, often misjudging the distance of angles, leading to improper parking or bumping into other cars. We will not bump other cars. What does a white sign indicate? It is regulatory. Example, the speed limit sign is a regulatory. I'm glad I can help all of you. So let's continue. Let's talk about school zone awareness. Example, Jessica forgets how to slow down in a school zone, unaware of the risk to reduce speed and limit and the presence of children crossing, putting herself in risk at danger. So school zones, slow down. In the summertime, new bus drivers who are learning how to drive those big buses are out there. And some kids do take summer school, or some of you have lost credit. Don't lose credit in school. What does a yellow sign indicate? It is a warning. It's not direction. It's not regulatory. It's not motorist services, yield, stop, or prohibitory. So you need to know signs by their color and shape. Let's talk about reading traffic signs. Love it. Example, Mark misinterprets a yield and stop sign. We've talked about this in class. Many of you will get confused. A yield is when you slow down. A stop is when you stop completely, minimum 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003. You need to look left, right, left. Always look around. When you drive with your mom or dad, whoever's in the passenger seat is the co-pilot. Okay, I'm giving you tips and information. Whoever's in the passenger seat is the co-pilot. Leah did a great job today. We had conversations about driving with the parent, driving with the guardian. Whoever's in the front seat, the passenger seat, that's your co-pilot. If mom or dad or uncle, auntie in the back, they should not be talking to you because you're going to be confused. Okay, just giving you a tip. You can choose to listen or not listen. Many of you won't listen. 63, what does a green sign indicate? This is direction, a guide sign, or distance to a location. Green is always designated as guide sign. Please know this. Adjusting to road conditions. Example, Laura uses The driving on smooth, Laura is used to driving on smooth roads, struggles when she encounters gravel roads. We all struggle on gravel roads. It's like little bitty tiny ball bearings. Don't ride to that soft shoulder. You'll fall off into the ditch. So what I need you to do is be mindful of your lane positioning. A lot of beginners look to the right, you'll drift to the right, or they look to the left, look straight ahead. Vision. And my drivers tomorrow, you should be like, okay, I got all this. Because we're going to roundabouts, we're going to downtown areas parking, we're going through long curves to really give you a good balanced drive. We'll start in the school parking lot, going up and down the aisles. How to control your steering. You want to relax your grip, have your hands at 7 and 5. AAA says 7 and 5 is the most comfortable way and safest way. AAA is a national organization. Have your hands at 7 and 5. 9 and 3 is good. 10 and 2 is good. So many people argue about hand position. As long as you have your hands on the wheel to control it. You want to guide the steering wheel. You never want to squeeze the steering wheel. A lot of you will be very nervous tomorrow. And it's my job to keep you relaxed. So I want you to be comfortable. Next, what does the optic fluorescent yellow sign indicate? School zone or pedestrian crossing. Okay? You need to remember this. Let's go through another one of these tips. Inadequate defensive driving. A lot of my drivers tomorrow, first time out, you don't know how to defensive drive. You're going to go too close to cars and tailgate. You're going to go too slow on the road. You're going to be really slow at turning the wheel. So I need to guide you and give you support. Good instructors will give you support. So for the inadequate defensive driving, you don't know when you're in danger. If you're tailgating in a car, you don't know that. You just see brake lights coming on. If you're going too slow, you don't know that. You're just trying to drive slow. If you're going too fast, you don't know that. The driver's ed car that we have has a very fast gas pedal. Please wear thin sole shoes, Converse, Crocs are good. Don't wear hard Nikes. You won't be able to feel the gas pedal. Please no platform shoes. Okay? Thin sole shoes. The Hey Dude shoes, I'm not sponsored. Hey Dude, they are great shoes. Those are good shoes too. I'm just saying. You should never feel ashamed about anything that you do. When you learn how to drive, you learn how to read, you learn how to take care of yourself. No one should feel ashamed. So I'm letting you know this as someone who cares. A broken pavement line indicates passing is permitted if it's clear. Broken white lines. I'm going to ask you this, broken white lines. So let's look at another one of our questions. Inadequate defensive driving. This is good. Alex doesn't anticipate to suddenly stop, for the car to suddenly stop in front of him. Because he's following too closely, he isn't used to practicing defensive driving. So a lot of you will almost hit a car. We want to keep good following distance. It's a car length for every 10 miles an hour. So broken white line, you can pass if it's clear. You don't exceed the speed limit. 29%. A white pavement lines indicate traffic is traveling in the same direction. We all want to learn how to drive, and I think the fact that all of you are in this class and you have an instructor who is happy, silly, encouraging you to drive, living my best authentic life, you're going to feed off of that. I'm not boring. I'm not quiet in the car. I enjoy doing this. Would you rather have someone who's quiet, who just sits there? No. We are used to people who are exciting and engaging, and I love doing this job. 59%, I'm a little concerned because our scores are low. A yellow pavement line indicates traffic is traveling in the opposite direction. You need to know this as a beginning driver because you could get turned around and go on the wrong street. Social distractions. This happens to all of us. Example, Jake is driving with his friends, gets distracted by their conversations, laughter, causing him to miss a red light and narrowly avoid an accident. In your age group, driving is the number one thing that can kill you from now until you're about 24, 25 years old. Okay? Those who are over 21, it takes 10 years. If you're 21 and learning how to drive, that's 31. If you're 16, that's 26. If you're 14.9, that's 24.9. It takes 10 years to become a master with driving. So we all have to go through this. So remember this. Let's go to the next. Solid pavement marking lines indicate passing is not permitted. Dealing with traffic jams. Chloe panics when she gets stuck in traffic for the first time, unsure of how to stay calm and navigate through congested streets. Take your time, roll down your window. As traffic moves, you'll move. It's called gridlock. This is in downtown Detroit. This is downtown Houston, Texas. Los Angeles, California. Any major metropolitan city has gridlock. Everyone is a little bit different when they learn how to drive. Maybe you will follow your instructor. You see your mom, you see your dad. We all learn from different people. In this situation, which car has the right of way? It is the purple car. The purple car is already there at the corner. The green car is getting ready to turn, but they need to yield. The red car is waiting also. So the purple car, because the purple car is to the right of the red car. So you need to know this. This can be confusing. Bad habits. I teach a lot of beginning drivers bad habits. A bad habit would be you palming the wheel. A bad habit would be you making the wheel too small. You have to continually learn how to change and reprogram yourself. It takes about 30 days. If a traffic light is broken or not functioning, you should treat it as a four-way stop. So you have to practice those habits. Good habits or bad habits are broken or created in 30 days. So it takes some time. Okay. If you're not a good writer, you got to keep writing till you get better. If you're not good at playing video games, you got to keep playing till you get better. If you're not good at steering or backing up or parallel parking, you have to practice. But a lot of you don't want to practice. You got a car in the garage, your parents, I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive. I just want to stay home. Well, you're getting ready to be 21. You're getting ready to be 25. So you need to learn how to drive. You can't make someone drive. A solid red traffic light indicates you must stop. Let's talk about understanding insurance policies. Example, Dave is confused about his car insurance policy coverage and details. In what case he has an accident leading to stress and anxiety. You need to read about your insurance policy. Call your insurance agent. Ask questions. You might be able to get a discount if you have good grades. Many of you have good grades. Some of you have bad grades. How do I know? Because I'm a teacher. Next, a solid yellow light indicates you should clear the intersection and prepare to stop. If you are less than 3 seconds away, you want to proceed with caution. We never want to slam our brakes. We'll get rear-ended, and we never want to speed up to run the light. You still have to look left and right. Maintaining focus during long drives. Example, Emma gets bored and loses focus during long drives, which increases her risk of missing important clues and signs on the road. That will happen to a lot of you tomorrow because this is your first time in a car. This is why I keep the air conditioning on. This is why I have a little music in the background. This is why every half an hour we switch, we get out, we stretch our legs a moment. You need to refresh your mind and refocus. It's so important that you do that. Interacting with pedestrians. I knew I'd get it out. Example, Lucas is unsure about the right-of-way rules when pedestrians are crossing the road, leading to an awkward and potentially dangerous encounter. Pedestrians always have the right-of-way. You need to look for them everywhere. We talked about some standard rules. If there's no sidewalk, they're walking toward traffic. If you're a bike rider, you're riding with traffic. You should always wear light-colored clothing so people can see you. If you're a bike rider, you need to have the flashing red light on the back, the white light on the front. You should be wearing a hood. Manual cars and automatic cars. Here in the United States, 99 90%, 80% of our cars are automatics. Manuals are good. If you happen to have one, you're going to learn how to drive it. You got to learn to get that clutch gas timing together a little bit better. A flashing yellow arrow indicates you may turn in the direction of the arrow if the way is clear. When you guys are driving with me tomorrow, I need you to relax. I'm going to introduce myself to your parent. I will say hi. I'm extremely friendly. I will talk to your mom and dad, say hi. And then we're going to get you in the car. I'll show you where the gas is, the brake is. If we had a clutch, I'll show you that. We'll help you adjust your mirrors. I'll help you adjust the seat. We'll put the seatbelt on. And then we're going to work on steering up and down the parking lot, looking where you want to go. If I can set you up the correct way, you're going to be very successful. Adhering to road etiquette. Example, Grace is unsure of the written rule of road etiquette, such as waving thank you when a driver lets you out. Leading to minor frustration and misunderstanding of drivers. Managing peer pressure. 78%, what should be done at a flashing yellow light? Slow down, continue through with caution. You always want to be courteous to people. If no traffic is behind you, you can let a person out. Always want to communicate. Handling car breakdowns. Cars do break down. Example. Olivia experiences a flat tire for the first time and feels helpless because she doesn't know how to change it. All of you feel helpless if you don't know how to change a tire. I know how to change a tire. So you need to learn that skill. You need to be prepared because it will happen to you. What should be done at a flashing red light? Slow down. 15 of you, and you got this right. You want to, treat it as a four-way stop. Sorry, I was looking to wrong. Treat it as a four-way stop. The first car to get there is the first car to leave. Dealing with aggressive drivers. Ethan becomes anxious and feels frustrated when he's confronted with an aggressive driver who tailgates. Drivers will tailgate us tomorrow. I'm letting you know. They'll honk repeatedly. Unsure of how to safely manage the situation. You will experience this, no matter where you are in the world. What does this sign mean? It's an upside down triangle. It means yield. Okay? Always yield. Navigating parking lots. Parking lots are very dangerous. Noah finds very busy parking lots that are very busy. It's very overwhelming, and it often leads to him finding a spot. Navigating tight spots, avoiding pedestrians and other cars. Gas stations are very dangerous. Parking lots are very dangerous. Many of you are still in high school. At 2:30 or 2:45, when your school gets out, I do not want to be there. It's very dangerous. Got you. Blessed. What does this sign mean? This is a triangle sign pointed to the right. This means a no passing zone. You can't pass in this zone. So this means you have to really understand the question. Example, understanding vehicle technology. Ava struggles to use the car's advanced safety features like lane departure. Our car does not have lane departure. Adaptive cruise control. Our car does not have that. Sometimes overriding them unintentionally. So in your newer cars that your mom and dad has, you're going to be in the 2023, 2022, 2024, 2025, and 2026 because it's almost here. What does this sign mean? This is an X. This means railroad. You need to know how to handle this. You need to look left and right. A lot of railroad crossings here in the United States do not have signs or gates. Judging a safe gap. My drivers tomorrow, please listen to this. Sophia has a difficult time judging speed in gaps and in traffic when making turns or merging, often leading to frustration, you're waiting too long, or cutting it too close. A lot of you will cut it too close. Do not pull out in front of a car. Don't scare your instructor. Don't scare your parents. But that's what you're going to do tomorrow. But I'm your instructor, and I'm going to support you. You need to learn how to judge space and distance, but beginning drivers don't judge space and distance very well. So you're going to pull out in front of a car, which is so scary. A diamond-shaped sign. This is warning or caution. New driver advice. A lot of beginning drivers do a lot of light traffic light driving. to your home to the school, school back home, school to the mall, school to work. You haven't been on a long drive yet. Handling emergency vehicles. We saw one today. Lima panics when he hears sirens and sees flashing lights. We all do. We're like, oh my God. And unsure how to properly yield. You want to get over to the right as soon as possible. Don't panic. Beginning drivers, you need to watch your mom. You need to watch your dad. You need to watch me. Learn from all of us. Learn from your brother. Learn from your sister. What does the blue sign indicate? Motorist service. Those of you going on traveling to an amusement park, traveling into another state, you'll see that blue sign that indicates motorist service, food, bathroom, mechanical. Properly using turn signals. Lily often forgets to use her turn signal. Tomorrow, guys, you're going to forget to use your turn signal. It's going to confuse other drivers. So what I need you to do is turn your signal on early, 100 feet or a half a block. Let people know what you're doing so you can be safe. If you turn it on too late, we're going to get rear-ended. If you turn it on too early, we're going to confuse other drivers. You will have confusion tomorrow, but I'm trying to tell you this, but many of you aren't listening. Please listen to what I'm saying. I need you all to type in 3 things you learned. Complete sentences. Do that right now. 3 things you learned. Guys, we're giving you some very powerful knowledge tonight, really helping you. And that's what I'm about, is helping students learn how to drive, helping adults learn how to drive. If you've been listening this long, you need to make sure you're subscribing. You need to look at all the videos. You need to leave comments, because I do read the comments. I do reply to the comments. Here's some other information. Look while you're turning. If you're driving, you need to be looking. If you're going to the left, look to the left. If you're going to the right, you need to look to the right. A lot of beginners don't do that. This is for people 18 down to 14. This is for people 18 to 28, 18 to 38. I'm really putting out some good content. And I think over the next couple of weeks, you're really going to see good value. And you're really going to learn a lot. And you need to let me know things you want to see, things I will be doing, because I really want to take you all to the next level and teach you. Drive at a speed that is safe for the conditions on the road. Beginning drivers don't judge distance and speed really well. Whether you're 25, 15, 35, 45, 55, you've got to learn how to judge speed. Bye.